Welcome to Meet the Expert.
Bite size.
Well, at the very end, we have started genotyping or sequencing in a serious manner during the last 20 years, mostly. In fact, during or through the last 40 years, because here we are counting also retrospective studies, we have, let's say, describing what it's called genotype shifts. We understand genotype shift as a kind of change in prevalence of particular genotypes over time. And for example, it was a very nice work from Danish colleagues in 2007, in which they sequence PCV2s existing during the 80s, during the 90s, and during the 2000s. Well, during the 80s, let's say the sequences that they could retrieve corresponded to PCV2C, which was discovered at that time, that particular genotype. Afterwards, especially during the 90s, but in absence of overt outbreaks of PMWS, the dominating genotype in Denmark was PCV2A. But when the big outbreaks of disease, of the systemic disease appeared and the disease became extremely important in terms of, in economical terms, then the most dominating genotype was PCV2B. This genotype shift from A to B coinciding with the major clinical problems have been described in a number of countries worldwide. So for whatever reason, which is not really understood at this point still, is the fact that the genotype shift from A to B coincided, at least in time, so there's an epidemiological relationship with the, let's say, passing from an sporadic PMWS to an episodic PMWS. And the question mark here is, it could happen that PCV2B is more pathogenic than PCV2A, for example, but when you are going to experimental settings, and sometimes to perform experimental studies with PCV2 is not that easy, and even it's much more difficult to reproduce disease. But when it has been compared side by side, PCV2A looks like as pathogenic as PCV2B or as PCV2D, as we have been observing afterwards. So we cannot explain such genotype shift just because of pathogenicity. Probably there are other factors which are involved in this change. And interestingly, when we start using PCV2 vaccines in a massive manner, especially around years 2008, 9, 10 onwards, another genotype shift has occurred from PCV2B to D. And nowadays, in most countries of the world, PCV2D is the most prominent one, the most frequent one. Again, vaccines were based on PCV2A. PCV2D was initially described as a mutant from PCV2B, not A. So it looks like why, if I'm vaccinating intensely against PCV2A, I have this kind of genotype. It's just another epidemiological coincidence, or there's something to do from immunological point of view? We still do not have the answers. We can speculate a lot on that, but we still need a number of answers for those genotype shifts, for example.